Hey, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Fun Friday. It's the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well today. Thinking some fun things today. I'll be honest with you, it gets easier when you do this on a regular basis. It's like a cadence. Oh boy, a cadence. We love cadences as Scrum Masters and Agile coaches. Well, at least if you're in Scrum. Any other one, they don't really like cadences. But we do if we're Scrum related. So today, I'm going to share. I just came up with this morning, and I make no claims. We're going to do a Scrum murder mystery game. Now, I don't know why I came up with this, where it came from. I don't know, maybe it's because of Halloween. There's always murder mysteries and stuff like that. And we're going to do like who did it with what and where. And you can see my little icon in here. I got me and Scrum Master. If you see a bald-headed guy with a little hair on both sides, that's me. That's my hair that's actually sticking up right now. I need a haircut, but it's too cold. So we're going to do a murder mystery, and we're going to do Fortune Cookie Friday. So I'm going to explain a little bit about the murder mystery, something you could do with your teams. If you're teaching a class, it's a great learning experience. If you do one of those one-day events where you're helping people understand what Scrum is or terminology, it's a fun little event you could do as part of it. It shouldn't take too long to do. I might try it on one of my teams I'm coaching now. I don't think everyone's going to do it, but the ones who participate, I said, we'll do it. Let's have a little fun and do a little learning along the way. So it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and I hope you're doing well today. Here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical sense. So you can bring more value to your customer, not work crazy hours, or bring that value to your customer and have a little fun along the way. And today is Fun Friday. So we're going to do a little fun, teach it, learn it. You know, there's nothing better than learning something and having a little fun as you do it. So it's a combination thereof. Now, I will say with this murder mystery, there's multiple ways of doing it. If you want to use it for a training exercise as part of learning Scrum, my suggestion would be to get everyone the Scrum guide ahead of time, because if you don't know the Scrum guide, you won't kind of know what's going on. But if you teach a little bit of what Scrum is, and if that's your thing, then this could work. So I wrote down a lot of notes, as you can see on my paper, just to kind of go and whoop. I almost pulled it right out of my ears. Oh gosh, that hurt. All right, so I'm going to erase this little board. So we're going to use event room, killers, and weapon artifact as part of the Scrum murder mystery. If that kind of hints at people like get an idea where I'm going to go with this, okay? So the idea, and I always try to do this when I teach classes or whatever, when I teach people Scrum, I try to do some fun stuff. I always incorporate, because you know what, if you do a PowerPoint slide the entire time and don't have a little fun and break it up with something, man, it's boring as hell. So I try to break it up, and I'm going to try to do this very succinctly, because we do this in a Scrum period, right? In 15 minutes or less. So I'm going to put the title back on the whiteboard. So this is the Scrum murder. Plus it's Halloween, right? Murder mystery. I love that show on Netflix, The Onion, the variations of it, or Knives Out or whatever. That was awesome. I still want the third one. I know they said they're going to make a third one. I enjoyed it. So, like in Clue has the who, the with what, and the where. So I'm going to start with the where first, okay? So the where is the event rooms. So the event rooms is the where, okay? So that's the event rooms. Now, what are the event rooms? the events. And so basically it's the events in Scrum. This is why I say, if you want to give them the Scrum guide or you teach a class and let them go. So you do one of the rooms, and I'm going to do 6 choices. I made a 6th one just because it kind of fit. Okay. At first I started with 5. You can do whatever you want. Sprint is one of the rooms because that's an event, right? Sprint planning is another event, right? Sprint planning. Daily Scrum, right? Daily Scrum. And I'm writing these down as we go. Sprint retro. Now you can get creative on this, and I'm going to add another one that's not an event. So their events are sprint planning. Oh, I forgot to sprint review. Yeah, I forgot to write that down. Sprint review and retro. Whoops. I was like, I don't have enough events. So I got sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint retro, sprint review. And I added the 6th one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a 6th one, I added just because I needed 6. So I came up with one. So I put lightweight framework, because it's good to understand that Scrum is a framework, right? It's not a methodology, it's a framework, right? It's a framework of events and people and stuff that you can do. So there's the rooms, the event rooms: sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint retro, review, and lightweight framework. The last one is not an event, okay? Just to clarify that in case somebody wants to come in and, oh my God. Now, who the killers? Like who did it? Right? So I'm put in the middle. I'm gonna hopefully fit all this in here because some of these words are big. So I have product owner. Okay, that's one of the persons. Scrum master is another one. And I'm trying to stick right with the Scrum guide and not deviating, because like if you were to take a test, this is good prep for a test or something like that. I don't want to throw things that would be incorrect. I got developer, right? I got stakeholder. I miss. Oh yeah. Add one. I got stakeholder, and you can have fun with these things. I put organization. And then the last one, because I was just having fun and I was trying to figure out who I won, I put Jeff Sutherland / Ken Schwaber. Do I need a W in there? I do need a W in there. Spell his name right. Ken Schwaber. The W. So those are my killers. I have product owner, Scrum master, developer, stakeholder, organization, Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schwaber. They're a partner. They're a partner in crime, right? So these two are partners because they help create Scrum, right? So an organization and stakeholder are mentioned as entities, people in Scrum. They're not necessarily the roles of Scrum. You got product owner, Scrum master, and developer. You notice I didn't do QA, and I did that on purpose because I didn't want anybody to like say, oh, well, that's not a role. So I stuck with the roles, and then I put some characters like stakeholder and organization are two of the things that everyone presents to, talks to, interfaces with. So I thought those were good. And then for fun, I put Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schwaber as murder suspects. Some might say they created a murder of Agile, right? There's diehard Agile people, right? And now the weapons, the what and the weapons / artifacts. So the last one is the weapons / artifacts. And I probably should do this the right way. So I'm going to do it this way. Oh, what did I do wrong? Okay. I see what I did. So the first one I'm going to start with product backlog. So that's an artifact. Product backlog. Okay. Then underneath of that, I'm going to put product goal. That's a new thing that they're doing. Those are like commitments, but they're all in the artifact section of the Scrum guide. And then I'm going to put sprint backlog. And then I'm going to put sprint goal. And then I'm going to put increment. Okay. The increment is what you actually release to the customer in production, whatever. So that's the increment. And the last one, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last one, and this is kind of what drove me to 6. Definition of done. So I got all these, right? So I got product backlog, product goal, sprint backlog, sprint goal, increment, and the definition of done. Now, these other ones, these little goals and definition done were commitments, part of a new thing they added to the Scrum guide. So this is all the characters, the who, what, where for the Scrum Murder Mystery. Okay. And what you would do is have everyone write all that down, right? So they have those 6 sections on a piece of paper. And, well, they can figure it out anyway. They don't have to. But a suggested way is to write down all the characters. And that's why I kept that at 6. I could have made more, but I think it's too complicated, too much for the people to do. They won't do it. So they write down, and here's some like notes. You write the room, the killer, the weapon, right? So they not base it. Now here's how you start. A couple things you want to bring into it. Now you just don't like go into it right away. So you may have how many people on your team or in the room, and you figure out, or maybe there's certain people in there. And if there's a bigger room, you can adjust this for size. So you can adjust a lot of this stuff based on where you're at. So there's no one way to do it. We're being flexible. We're being agile. So there's more one to do it. What I would do is do a random number generator. If I had 8 people in team, like I use a spreadsheet, and I said generate a random number between 1 and 8. Right. Whoever the number is the first one that goes. Now, you can make this easy or you can make this hard. Easy would be you go first and go ahead. But here's a little twist to it. Let me add a little twist to it. With the easy hard, let's say the easy hard first. 1, they just go. 2, they have to answer an agile question or a Scrum based question. Now, I have a list of questions when I do a little quiz on Scrum with my teams. When I teach them, every once in a while I throw a little Scrum quiz out there, see who gets the best answers, and whoever gets the best wins. Actually, I should do that lately. I haven't done, because you could do the Scrum quiz, on Slack or chat or something like that. You don't have to be in meeting to do this quiz. See who gets it. So I usually have a list of about 32 questions, 30 some odd questions that they can pick on. So if you want to make it difficult for them to take their turn, they do that. Now, when they take turn, they can try to guess who, where, and with what right off the bat, right? So just like you can guess that. Or, okay, or they can get a hint. Okay. So they have two choices. They either try to guess it. Oh, I'm already at 15-minute mark. I gotta get going here. or they get a hint. I'm gonna give you a hint, the idea some hints are, and you have to create these yourselves. Something that's 15 minutes long. Only one per sprint. So that could be a couple different answers. Not an event, which would be the lightweight framework is not an event. Commitment or artifact. So if you want to give a weapon, you could say it's a commitment or it's an artifact, right? So you can let them understand that it's going to be an artifact, so it's not going to be a goal, or it's a commitment, it could be a goal or definition done, right? And then killers, you can say they started this mess in the first place, right? Or they didn't start this mess in the first place. They're cursed by all the agile people. So those are the kind of things you could do. You can get some hints, questions. You can make it a little tricky. You could use ChatGPT to come up with some questions that they have to answer right on the roll. So here's some questions from ChatGPT. Let's see what you can answer from a from a Scrum perspective. So that again, here's our Scrum murder mystery. It doesn't take much to come up with this stuff sometimes. Sometimes you just need to be inspired. What inspired me? I don't know. Maybe it was Halloween or something like that. So we have where are the events room? Who are the killers? And what are weapons / artifacts, right? And I kind of explain that, how that all works, because we're way above time. And we're past the 15-minute mark. So Fortune Cookie Friday. Let's go. I hope you try it. Let me know how it goes. I'm going to formally write it down and put it in my freebies for the newsletter. So if you sign up for the newsletter, I will have all that drawn up this weekend and how to set it up, and you get a free copy of that, and then you can modify it as you would like. Like I am going to put some of my questions, how to use ChatGPT to ask questions of your team, some basic stuff, some feeder stuff. So these are all freebies that are going to come as part of being a member of our mailing list. You can sign up on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum blog site, 5ammesterscrum.com. Should be links pretty much everywhere for that. So if you sign up for that, you'll get the instructions on how to build a Scrum murder mystery event. Anyway, Fortune Cookie Friday. Let's see what the Fortune Cookie says. We haven't had a fun Friday in a while. We're at the 18-minute mark. We're way over our 15 minutes, apparently. Okay, this is pretty simple. Fate will find a way. Fate will find a way. So I want to say fate will find a way to have fun, right? If you have fate, I guess, is future. Either your team's going to have fun or not have fun. But hopefully fate is that you'll bring some fun into Scrum and people have a little more fun as they go. And as they get more closer to each other, work better with each other, produce more product quicker, faster, without you working harder. That's the whole goal, right? So I hope you have a good Friday and enjoy it. A little fun Friday. Oh, by the way, November 15th, we are doing a meetup, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum meetup. I'm going to post that information soon. I got Rob Jackson. He's going to talk about product management, and we're going to talk about that. So you can ask if you're a Scrum Master, Agile coach, about product management and what's going on with that. So I hope you get the chance to try it. Again, if you sign up for the mailing list, you'll get a copy of, I'll draft it up this weekend on how to create a murder mystery, a Scrum murder mystery event, what kind of things you can go into it, give you some variables and different options, stuff like that you can diversify it and change it up. You don't do the same thing every time. Anyway, we're way over time. We're at 19:30. Too long. Anyway, I wish you the best. Have a great day. Enjoy, and see you next week.